Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome back. And we got the Warriors and the Raptors, and this game got ugly real quick. There was no Steph Curry and no Draymond Green, which definitely makes a big impact on the game. Also, Klay Thompson is still out with an injury. But if you just look at the stats for the Raptors in particular, they just have some insane stats, some insane plus minuses too. So Gary Trent Jr. has a plus minus of 54. 54. That's insane. And then Siakam has a plus minus of 49. OG Anunoby has a plus minus of 43. Just crazy, okay? And Siakam had 36 points in this game. He also had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. And yeah, the Warriors had 3 guys score in double digits. And the Raptors had 5 by the looks of things. And yeah, we're gonna get into things. Not gonna make this reaction video too long.
If he's not going to start, I would doubt that he would play, and that just happened moments ago. And Patrick McCall, because of the knee, Paul Watson, health and safety protocol. Raptors played well
Good shot.
Oklahoma City, but just not good enough as they lost.
It's good to see Kelly Oubre knocking down a shot to start out the game. That's always a good sign if you're a Warriors fan. He didn't shoot the ball great in this game. I mean, 2 for 4 from 3 isn't bad at all, but overall 3 for 11 from the field isn't great. So, yeah. That's big. That's big. When you've got guys that can create their own shot, that is so valuable to any NBA team. And Gary Trent Jr., if you guys have watched me react to and do breakdowns of the Blazers and mainly the Blazers, then you will know that I'm very big on Gary Trent Jr. Like, I'm very high on Gary Trent Jr. I really like what he brings to all these NBA teams. That's a great move.
Relocate. But think about first round potential matchups. You got Utah, Phoenix, Clippers, Lakers, Denver, Portland.
Tough. So what do you do about that? A guy with that kind of length, it's just so tough to stop, really. Like, imagine playing a guy who's got really long legs and a long wingspan. Because the thing about it is they cover so much ground with every step, and they're also able to, when they're around the rim, they can extend their arms out in order to finish. And so that's one of the main reasons why it's so tough to guard guys that have long wingspans, like Giannis and Siakam. Those are just 2 guys that just immediately came to my mind. They both have crazy wingspans. You know what I was going to say, right? Stay in a stance. Good pass. Good shot.
We all want everyone to stay safe and healthy. And if you have it, recover, but you never know.
Good shot. So I think Siakam had like 36 in this game. I think. Yeah. I think I already mentioned that, but if not, then he had 36. And Gary Trent Jr. hit 6 threes. Just a really good shooter who can also create his own shot when needed. So James Wiseman just slipped. He just slipped and fell right there. It happens. It happens. Not gonna knock on him for being aggressive. I like how he was being aggressive on offense. So what Andrew Wiggins just did right there is something that you can do in the pick and roll. You don't always have to use the pick and roll. You can refuse the screen in pick and roll situations. So you don't always have to use the pick and roll. You can set yourself up as if you're going to use the screen, and then you can refuse it. So on that pick and roll, I think it was James Wiseman was setting a screen for Andrew Wiggins to go left, but he ended up just crossing over to his right, and he still got to the rim. So you can do that in these pick and roll situations. You don't always have to use the pick and roll. Good shot. Tough. Again, when you got guys who have wingspans, like some of these guys do, like Chris Boucher too. I could only imagine he's got a pretty crazy wingspan. Siakam's got a crazy wingspan, and he can hit shots too. So it's just tough to guard. Boucher's jump shot is really tough to contest because he brings it above his head before he releases it on his shot. So that just makes it really tough to stop.
Trent Jr. spinning around. Here's OG, the open three, and he drills it. OG Anunoby. Mannion, his pass. Picked off by Boucher. Numbers, Pascal the
Shot.
Good. Pascal Siakam on his birthday. And Trent
Happy birthday, Pascal Siakam. Happy birthday, and he balled out in this game. So good for him. Good for him. Mismatch.
just turned 20 this past Wednesday. He takes great pride in that area. Got to see what you can bring to the table at the offensive end. Digging in, and Flynn takes it after the Boucher.
Pass.
Trent Jr.
The shot. Gary Trent Jr. is a very important player to a lot of NBA teams, you guys. And then Siakam's just blowing right by Kelly Oubre. It's just crazy. Good shot. This got out of hand pretty quick. Third quarter and absolute blowout.
But the game is the celebration for Pascal Siakam. Wiseman played at the University of Memphis and then departed midway through. He's originally from Nashville, Tennessee. Pascal Siakam's got 34.
Make them pay. Make them pay. If they go under the screen, if they give you space out of the pick and roll, then make them pay. Good Hezzy. Good Hezzy. You guys saw that Hezzy. That was nice. Simple drive and kick in transition. Tough to stop though. Tough. You guys gotta work on those outside hand finishes. 101-49. Did I just see that? Oh my goodness. 101-49. It was that bad at one point. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do there.
a technical. What did he say? I'm just going to ignore that. I'm just going to pretend I never said that.
No, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to. Smailugi three that is.
You guys know what I'm going to say, right?
Regardless
You guys know what I'm going to say about that?
you just need a game like this.
You do.
4 words.
Since it's a
Stay in a stance. Stay in a stance. Just stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. And just try getting a hand up, but stay low to the ground so that you're able to stay low so that you're able to move with your defender. Oh, good take. Good take. So one of the things that we talked about in practice was just staying or just continuing to attack until the defender fully commits to guarding you. So a lot of times guys will, not a lot of times, but sometimes players will see that there's a defender in the paint, but the thing about it though is that they haven't like made the decision in their mind to like go and guard them. And so, ooh, that was nasty. That was nasty. So like players, oftentimes defenders won't make the decision to fully commit to guarding you, but as the offensive player, you'll see the defender standing in the paint and you'll be like, oh no, they're gonna stop me. Like, no, they're not. They're not ready to play defense, if you know what I mean. But we gotta look at this. Hold up.
They're feeling good. They led by one after the first. They were just sensational.
When they turn the game, who's the guy that shut down?
So it was originally looking like it was going to be a dribble handoff, but then he decided to attack the rim off of what looked like was going to be a dribble handoff. So he basically faked the handoff and continued to attack the basket. So great read from him, from Pascal. And yeah, this game was let me know what you guys think. I feel like the Warriors I feel like you don't really know what you're going to get with the Warriors, because they've had a lot of ups and downs throughout the season, and it's been tough, especially without Clay, and then Steph and Draymond both didn't play in this game. So like you can't be tripping off of this game because Steph, Draymond, and Clay were all out in this game. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.